Welcome to the course of Social Institutions. The code for this course is ESOC 102. I am Dr. Hilal Ahmed. I will be teaching you this course. This is very interesting course and it cuts across the traditional disciplinary boundaries. Why? You might be wondering, why is this subject as a part of the subject of sociology? The reason for this is very simple. Social institutions, as you all may be knowing, is the product of what? As we and you, all of us are living in the society. So this is a part, or we can say that this is the product of, we call it as a society. It is made in the society. Also, its evolution. Evolution here means the origin, historicity of this social institution takes place in the society. Also, we can say that the dispensation as well is made in the society. So I am repeating it once again, why this subject has so much importance. And I am here saying that the reason here is simple. Why? As these social institutions are the product of society, they are made in the society, their evolution takes place in the society, and also I am saying that the dispensation as well is made in the society. So for this reason, this subject has been included in the course of sociology to understand what? To understand the importance and its aspects in the society. These are the reasons here. So before starting this lecture, there are a threefold learning outcomes of this lecture. So after this lecture, you will be able to, number one, understand the concept of institution in sociology. You will be able to examine the role of the social institutions in the society. Number third, learning objective, or we can say that the learning outcome, as I already told that there is a threefold learning outcomes of this lecture, and the third one is to analyze the different perspectives of studying the social institutions here. So if we can have here the understanding of what we mean by the concept of the social institutions. As already I said that we all are living in one form or the other form of the society. So this society is comprised of, say for example, it is comprised of the beliefs, it is comprised of norms, it is comprised of the values, it is comprised of interactions. So if we can say that what we mean by the concept of beliefs, say for example, I am highlighting here the example of religious belief. Say for example, if we can have the example of country India, and I am saying that the country India is a secular country, but our main focus here is the belief, and I am highlighting here the religious belief. Say for example, we have different religions existing in the land of India. Say for example, we are having here Hindus, Christians, Parsis, Jain, Buddhists, Muslim. So I am saying that there are different kinds of religions which are existing in the country land of India. So they have their own religious beliefs that we call here as the belief system. Then we have the norms, that means the rules and the regulations within any set of society. Now we have the values. What do we mean by these values? So values are a set of moralities. That means what is right, what is wrong. Number 4, I am saying that is the interaction. When I am saying that we are living in the society, so we are having what? We are possessing the interactions. Interaction between what? Interaction between the living organisms, interaction between the individuals who are existing in that very society. They are having interaction, and we call in the sociological literature is as social interaction. So with the combination of beliefs, with the combination of norms, with the combination of values, and with the combination of these social interactions, they in a collective way, collection, that means when these 4 combine with each other, they form a regulated and the patterned behavior. That is very important when we are discussing about the subject of social institutions here. That means when we are having the regulated and the patterned interaction, that is why I am saying that this is what is included in the social institution. So we have, say for example, abstractness, we have patterned behavior, we have regulating, and I am saying that the controlling man's behavior. That means with the proper rules and regulations, with the values, with the customs which are existing in that very society, in that very social setting. We have hierarchy. What do we mean by hierarchy? Hierarchy here means the grading. Grading of what? Grading of the human beings. Grading of the members within the society. That we call as hierarchy. Say for example, somebody is superior, somebody is inferior, opposite of it. Somebody is from lower caste, somebody is from upper caste. That we call in the sociological literature as the hierarchy. Next is fulfill needs. Next is the interrelations here. So if we are going to have a deep look into the subject of, into the concept of this institution, so I am saying that here it is an important human organization of what? Human organization within the culture. What do we mean by culture? There was a sociologist under the name E.B. Taylor, and he in 1871 said that and has defined the concept of, we call it as the concept of the culture. And he says that culture is the complex whole which includes knowledge, which includes art, morals, custom. As a way, culture is the complex whole which includes art, moral, custom. As a way of life, that regulating the behavior of the human beings. So I am here saying that it is an important human organization in a culture. So cultural group that helps the society to survive here. So as we are dealing with the subject of sociology, so those who have given the concepts of sociology, we call them the sociologists, right? So they have identified what these institutions, they have identified the state, they have identified the religion, they have identified education, they have identified economy, and they have identified the family as the 5 basic institutions that are necessarily for a society to survive. So these are the 5 basic institutions here. I am saying that number 1 is the state, education, economy, family, and the religion. So it is a social structures and the social mechanism of what? Of social order and the cooperation. I have used here the 2 words. One is social order and another is cooperation that govern the behavior of the members which are existing in that very society, in that very social setting. So I am here saying that it is a group of number 1 social positions. As everybody knows what we mean by the concept of position. Position means when we are occupying certain place. That is a social position. If we can have the example of any, say for example, university, we have the post of chancellor there, we have the post of vice chancellor there, we have the head of the faculty, we have the head of the department, we have the head of the school. So those persons who are occupying that very place, we call it as social position. So they are connected by what? They are connected by the social relations, performing what? A social role. So the job of the HOD, the job of the head of the faculty, the job of the chancellor, the job of the vice chancellor. So they have the different role to play for the proper functioning of their organization. So is the case, I am saying that it is a group of social positions here. So any institution in a society that works to socialize, what? To works to socialize the group of the people in that very social setting. So these are a group of social positions connected by what? Connected by number 1 is the social relations, performing different social roles. So I am here saying that they work to socialize the group of the people in it. Socialize here means that how to deal with within the society, how to talk with the others in the society, how to have the relationships, how to have the dealings. As we are the social beings, we have to interact with the external world. That is the reason I am here saying that it is the job of these institutions that they socialize. But they socialize the group of the people within the society. So I am here adding it more. I am saying that it is a major what? Sphere of the social life here, that is organized for what purpose? for meeting the needs of the human beings. Let us have a deep look into the concept. So I am here saying that they are what established ways of doing the things here. So I am here saying that it refers those rules and regulations which in their abstractness focuses on the particularity, or we can say that practicality of them, by maintaining what? By maintaining the social interaction and regulating behavior pattern. So it involves discipline, it involves curbing the man's emotions and the behavior. It is recognized usage and the procedures. So I am here saying that when there is the recognized usage and procedures within the society, that they are known as institutions. Let us have a look on the different definitions as has been given by different philosophers for the concept of institutions. So as per the concept of, as per the ideology of Sumner and Keller, they said that it is a vital interest, or we can say that the activity that is surrounded by what? Surrounded by a cluster of mores and the folkways. Also, Sumner conceived of it not only of the concept, idea, or interest, but of institution as well. So, by structure, he meant an apparatus of a group of functionaries. Let us have a look on the concept by another philosopher, and his name is Lester F. Ward. And he regarded an institution as the means for controlling and the utilization of the social energy. That means how we are controlling and utilization the energy within the society. Let's have a look on the another definition by another philosopher, and his name is L.T. Hobhouse. And he describes it as the whole, or we can say that any part of the established and recognized apparatus of the social life. There is another philosopher under the name Robert McIver, and he regarded it as established forms of conditions of procedure characteristic of the group activity. So these are the definitions of institution as per different scholars. So till now we have understood the concept of institution as well as the definitions which has been given by various scholars with regard to it. Now we are going to have a discussion on the characteristics of the social institution here. I am here saying that it is a cluster of what? Cluster of the social usages. So a cultural system exists and all follow the same cultural practices as well as the traditions. So is the case. I am here saying that this is the characteristic of it, that a cluster of social usages. Let us have a look on another characteristic, of the social institution here. I am here saying that the relative degree of permanence. So the beliefs are laid out, tried, and tested over the time. So if they sustain, then they become the fundamental beliefs of the institution and gain a permanent recognition. So I am here saying that the beliefs within any society are carried out, that means laid out, they are tried, and number third, they are tested over the time. That is the reason I am here saying that the relative degree of permanence is there. Let us have a look on another characteristic of the social institution here. I am here saying that well defined objectives are there. So the objectives resonate with the cultural norms. So it is kept in mind that the people are made to understand what the difference between the objectives and the functions. So is the case. I am here saying that there are the well defined objectives within the institutions. Let us have a look on another characteristic of the social institution here. And I am here saying that the cultural objectives of utilitarian value. The concept of utilitarian has been derived from utility. That means the use value. So I am here saying that the cultural objectives of utilitarian value is there. Let us have a look on another characteristic of it, and I am saying that institutions are transmitters of what? Social heritage. How? Social heritage here means that when we are transferring the art, belief, custom, morals, law, values from the traditional, from our forefathers towards the present time, towards the contemporary time. So that is the transmission of the social heritage. No doubt we are modernized. We are having different technologies. We are living in the global world now. But other than this, we are possessing what? We are possessing our social heritage as has been transmitted from our forefathers. So is the case. I am saying that they are the transmitters of what? Transmitters of the social heritage here. So they are resistant to social changes due to the rigidity of the beliefs. And starting of the lecture, I said, we say, for example, I have given the example of country India, and I said that this is a secular country. That means we have different religions existing in this country land. That means Hindus, Muslims, Christians, Parsis, Jain, Buddhists. So we have different set of religious beliefs here. So they are resistant of change. Why? What do we mean by the concept of change here? So I am here saying that I will use the three concepts here with regard to the concept of social change. And I am saying that when there is modification, number one, when there is difference, and when there is alteration. So I have used three words. When there is modification, when there is any difference, and when there is any alteration. Within any social setting, we can say that the change has occurred in that very social sphere. So I am here saying that they are resistant to social change. Why? Because of rigidity of the beliefs. So let us have a look on the types of these institutions here. And first type of it is the coercive institution. Who are they? So these includes number one, the matters of the property, the matters of religion, the matters of marriage, and are unconsciously originated. That means they are not originated through the conscious efforts, through the deliberate efforts here. So they include number one is the matters of property, number second through the religion, and number third through the marriage. And I am here saying that they are unconsciously originated here. And number second typology is enacted institutions. So these include what? The business and craft institutions that are related to what? That are related to the profits, margins, and the economy. And hence they are consciously established. Let us have a look on another type of this institution. They are known as basic institutions. So these are simply those that are regarded as important to maintain what? To maintain the social order. What is the need of the social order? The social order is needed in the society. So we are having to maintain this social need in the society, the order in the society. The family institutions, the political institutions, educational institutions, religious institutions. Let us have a look on the another type of institutions. They are known as the subsidiary institutions. So these institutions are a bit complex in the way. Why? That they are not necessarily so much in order to maintain the social order here. Like, say for example, we have the recreational activities, we have the clubs, they come under these subsidiary institutions. Further, I am here saying that they can be classified into number one is the operative institution, and second is the relative one. So the operative is those who function or whose function is to organize. What is to organize? The patterns with a necessarily or which are necessary to attain objective. For example, institution of industrialism. The relative institutions are those which are not a part of the regulatory institution themselves, but help in the controlling what? The custom and other types of the behavior. So this is the typology of this concept. Now we are going to have a look on the functions of the social institutions here. They simplify the actions and work of the individual. They provide what? They provide a means to control the society and people who constitute it. Every individual is assigned a role in the institution depending on which he can achieve and regulate his status here. So they help to maintain the order in the society. Also, they act as what? Stimulants. What do we mean by stimulant? Say for example, I am pricking this thing. That means my finger is the stimulant to this object at present. So they act as the stimulants by giving the required freedom. So also they create a harmony and the unity amongst the members of the society. Like association and institution both differ for it, and it depends on the kind of role and positions the members acquire in the setup. So we have today discussed about the whole concept of social institutions here. I have given you some of the definitions as has been given by different scholars. Then we had a deep discussion on characteristics of it, and also we have discussed the functions of it. So that is all for now.